Welcome to today's episode of Spiritual Sisters. We are happy to invite you into our space to explore, expand, and evolve.
Hello, and welcome to the 11th episode already.
Yeah.
We chose the topic how to create mindful habits this week. I think we wish to support each other, ourselves, and also you out there to create these mindful habits for ourselves in our everyday life. I feel like you're a little silly mood today.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired today, but it's all right.
It's okay.
We will be mindful about that.
Yeah, so maybe you want to go directly to the exploring part.
About creating mindful habits. I was writing my notes down, and the last thing that came to me, I guess that will be my exploration part, because I think that it occurred to me that creating mindful habits is not only journaling, meditation, all of these mindful habits that I would classify as it, but it's also what habits I have towards my way of acting in life. I can have a lot of habit patterns that are not mindful, and or that my system think is mindful because I'm protecting myself in some kind of way. And I think right now I'm exploring how I can be more mindful in being the whole of myself, and then by that create habits that is supporting me to be more honest with people around me. I don't really have specific examples of it. Or maybe I do and I don't want to share it. But
you can always share.
Yeah, I can always share. I'm just trying to find out an example that makes sense. So maybe
what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Yeah, that would totally be when writing texts with people. Because when I receive a text or when I have to write a text, I'm very mindful about how I frame it.
Like text messages?
Text messages, text messages, yes. I'm just very aware, not that I'm really not in a bad intention about it, but I really try to give the person the best text possible. And in my mind, in my unconscious mind, or as the person not being aware of the pattern, it seems totally cool, and I'm like, that's just perfect, and then people will receive the best text ever because I've thought about how they will receive it, how I feel the best when sending it, instead of just not being afraid of communicating in the wrong way or get misunderstood. I'm just very aware that whatever I mean is coming through, and then it can take a lot of time for me to communicate it instead of just being like, I'm thinking about this, whatever, and then let's have a conversation about it. I'm more like, I have to send the perfect text. So what I'm trying to say here is just I'm trying to be more mindful about the patterns, habits that I have when being overly aware of how people are going to receive it, how I think people would like to receive, what I think people would like to receive from me. So right now I'm exploring how I can be more authentic, or more, it's not that I don't feel authentic, but I've been thinking too much about it, and I use so much energy that is just better off used in other places. Just being more mindful about the habits that I have that I think will protect myself, instead of just being who the hell I am, and by that protect myself and my happiness, because I'm not spending a lot of energy wasting time on being afraid or being too mindful sometimes about it. So your exploration in this topic.
My exploration on how to create mindful habits. So it's really kind of relevant. It's just interesting because I sometimes have a lack of discipline in my everyday life. I'm very driven by lust. What do I feel like doing? Which people do I feel like hanging out with? When do I feel like hanging out with them? So sometimes it's just like, yeah, I'm very driven by what my mood is and everything like that. And sometimes I want to create more like routines that are mindful for me, and I love to do yoga, I love to do these things, but sometimes I end up not doing it so much for myself because I get too lazy, and I'm like, now I don't want to do it because it doesn't come from a place of lust, it comes from a place of, well, maybe I
Structure,
should
yeah,
do
habit.
it because now I teach it. But and it kind of sometimes kills my energy. So we created together, you helped me to create like a morning routine because we were having a talk about what motivates me to do these mindful habits, because you have like every morning you do these few tasks that is very structured, and you know that waking up now you have to do these things. And I tried doing that and it didn't work out for me at all because I didn't like the idea of my morning looking like the same every day. So that's what we kind of, you challenged me in a way, asking me questions about it, and we kind of figured out together that what works out for me is to have different options to choose between, and that could be like different mindful habits, like different mindful activities that I can kind of shop in the morning. So I can choose, today I want to do this, tomorrow maybe I want to do another thing, today I maybe want to do two things, and one day I only want to do one thing. And kind of giving myself that flexibility, that uncertainty, and not knowing the exact way my morning is gonna look, because I'm a very spontaneous person. I love to be like surprised all the time to surprise myself, and I love to have a morning where I don't know everything that is going to happen, but I still wanna integrate these mindful habits into my everyday life. So it's a very good way for me to be able to choose something in the morning that I mindfully choose, but still it's not something that I have to do, and I can choose between different activities. So I'm kind of exploring to create mindful habits for myself that I actually want to commit to, and that helps me best possibly, instead of trying to put myself into a box that everything has to be very stagnant or routine, a very structured, yeah, so it doesn't have to be the same all the time. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of exploring in regards to this subject, and that kind of was my first point too, but I guess we can take that.
It's my first point too. So
It is.
and we haven't even written the notes in the same room
No.
this time.
No, but maybe it's because we've been talking so much about it.
Yeah. But let's move on then to the first point, see whatever happens.
Yeah, I guess I pretty much said a lot of mine. Do you have something that, to the first point, that you feel like?
Yeah, I just wrote down create habits that support who you are. And then I was referring to the you and I plan, where I'm just structured. I say meditate, read, journal, and then I'm done with my morning routine. I do the same every single day, and then we created this more free flowing for you. So yeah, just be mindful about, who am I? What do I appreciate? Do I love to just be have it the structured way, or do I want to have a shopping list that I can have in the morning that I can choose from? So just be mindful and not be like, because you were like, I just wish that I could be like you and just be structured and make the decision to do this. And I was like, but you don't have to do it the way that I do, because we're different people that like it in different ways. So just be mindful about how do you like it? Find your way, because it's so much easier to accomplish the habit if you are mindful also about who you are and what you prefer. Also, I wrote down 2 more things. Maybe we should just cut that crap, but I will try to say it fast. I wrote down, make a brain dump, like just brainstorm on every habit that you would like. I did that with you as well. Like, what could you choose from on that shopping list? And then choose your top 3 to be like, these are the ones that I really want to do every day, and then put them into your put them into your day in wherever it suits your schedule. And then yesterday I was laying in my living room training, and on the shelf my mom's book by Jay Shetty, Think Like a Monk, it was just like, take me down. And I took it, and I like got on a page where he just had a box where it says, try this, a new morning routine. And I just wanted to share it because I really like it. It's called Time. So it's like, T is for thankfulness. So start your day with thankfulness always. I is for insight. So listen to a podcast, read a book, do something like that. M is for meditation. So that makes sense for itself. And then E is for exercise. Just like move your body. So I just liked, if you have a hard time finding out how you can make your morning routine, just use your time wisely.
I wrote down, what habits do you thrive to survive? Because it's like so often the habits that we do kind of die because we just put something on our list that we have to do, and then the habit dies because it's not driven by a lust or something that we thrive to do.
Self-love.
Yeah, so I really kind of like that. What habits do you thrive to survive? Because what habits makes you thrive? And in that way, they will automatically survive because you actually enjoy making those habits for yourself. You enjoy sticking to them, and it's a motivation for yourself, and you get something out of it as well. So, yeah, I think that's just a little side note as well.
I think we can use that to go to my second point, because I can check into that with my second one, because it's all about creating a mindful habit mindset. So on one side we have the mindful habits, but we also have to have a mindful habit mindset. I just wrote down 5 things that I'm just going to share in regards to what you just said about, because it can be a pressure instead of the self-loving way, but it can also be, you can also cheat a little bit and be like, I don't think meditation is for me because it's uncomfortable. So the balance between challenging yourself or questioning yourself, am I putting a habit in that is not for me, or am I not allowing the time to create a habit and then make it for me? So I just wrote down, don't judge, be self-loving. So even when you feel like you maybe did one of your habits and you didn't do it in the way that you thought you could, just be self-loving. Don't judge yourself on your way to accomplishing it. And then don't cheat. Do it with your full presence. Yesterday I was meditating and I got that feeling that, okay, how do I say this in this podcast? We have shared before in our first episode that sometimes we can channel words through us. And I got that voice saying, I have words for you. So yesterday I took my computer in my meditation and wrote down instead of meditating, because that's also a way to meditate in some way. And then this morning I was like, maybe I should receive some words today. I don't really feel like meditating. And that's when I, in my meditation, was like, you're cheating now. Now you're just choosing something that you would like to do more than just staying in the meditation that you actually need. So that was what I meant about don't cheat. Be really present with your choices also when you're doing the habit. And then don't rush it. Stay in the uncomfortable, the unknown. And with that, also be curious, like try different things out. Maybe you can try out the first morning routine that you create, or whatever, daily routine, and then see, what am I thriving in? What am I feeling pressured by? So what really fits my person? And then also mindset wise, like start with a clear and specific intention. So really understand, why are you doing these things? So what would you like to get out of it? What do you need in your daily life? Do you need to move your body because you have a lot of energy that is just not getting out of your body, or do you actually need stillness? So what is your needs, and what is the intention behind fulfilling those needs?
Apparently, we're so much on the same page today. No, I wrote down a lot of the same things. I wrote down, create mindful habits that you actually enjoy and that you want to stick with. So like, mindful habits shouldn't be a punishment, as you said. Instead, it should be like a self-loving act. So it's so much alignment here. And I just think that it should be like asking ourselves the question, so what activities supports us in being mindful and being present in the moment? Because sometimes, like in the last episode also, we were talking about how sometimes doing so many mindful activities, it can also become stressful, it can become chaotic, and then it's not mindful anymore. So it's also like, in what way am I supporting myself? In what way are these activities helping me to become more present in the moment? And the moment that these mindful habits is taking you away from the present moment, then maybe they are no longer so mindful. Then maybe that is the time, as you said, to ask, okay, should I adjust this? Is there another way that I can manage my list in a way that makes it support me to be more present in my daily life? Or is there some activities that needs to go away, some new activities that needs to go in? And also be aware that we are dynamic people, we change over time. So maybe we do one habit for a year, half a year, I don't know, a month, 2 months, and then we change, or our needs change, and thereby our mindful habits can change too.
We agreed on that one.
Yes.
The
High five.
first two ones. Third one. Should I go?
Go for it.
I will go for it. I wrote down visualize that person, like you, doing these things. So be the person now. Just visualize, how does it look when you do it? When does it suit your body, your needs, your whole soul? And also visualizing you when having integrated these habits. How are your actions changing? How are your thoughts changing? So just check into that person. What I'm trying to say is just like visualize that person that you really want to be. So putting something into my life that I know will support me being better, or not better, but being the person that I really want to be.
It's kind of like manifesting through visualization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just visualization is something that I actually haven't done much, but I really feel like I know it's a strong act. And as I spoke about in the beginning, that I'm gonna say again now, just be aware of both the habits that is very like tangible, journaling, meditating, moving your body, but also your habits and your way of acting and the way of that you have your patterns right now. So just visualize both of the sides of the mindful habits, so both the person that you really want to be tangible habit wise, and also visualize the person that is, from my perspective or in my situation, more free, more just whatever, this is what you get, this is what I am, not overthinking my actions or my thoughts or what I share.
More like mindset wise.
Yeah, exactly. So both of them, visualize who is it that you really want to be, who is your truest soul in this world, and yeah, visualize it and then go be it.
My third one is prioritize your time in regards to your habits. So like both prioritize your time and also prioritize your habits. So sometimes it can be kind of overwhelming if we have too many mindful habits. It can be overwhelming to meet all of them and to do all of them. And sometimes it can also be like ending up doing none of them. So make sure that you make that prioritizing of your time. Like, how much time do I have in a day that I can prioritize only for me? Or in what acts can I be mindful together with my kids or together with my family or friends? But how much time do you want to spend on it? And try to be realistic, because a lot of times like we get this good idea and we're like, I want to be this mindful person and I want to do everything mindfully, I want to eat every meal mindfully, I want to do everything when I wake up in the morning mindfully, and then it just becomes too overwhelming and we end up doing nothing mindfully. But so try to prioritize, like, how much time do I want to set aside each day to integrate these mindful habits, and also prioritize your mindful habits. Like you said, choose your top 3 in a way, like choose the mindful habits that are most important for you, because when we have too much, it just end up being nothing. And if we have nothing, it also ends up being nothing. So try to be realistic and try to be like, okay, so I really want to become better at practicing meditation, maybe. Okay, then this is my first priority. How much time can I realistically take aside each day? Okay, I can take aside each day 10 minutes for meditation. So that will be my priority. Is also like a part of living in this century, this life is very occupied and people are running around. So try to be realistic and try to prioritize your time, prioritize your habits. What are the most important habits for you to integrate? And why, as you said, why are these habits so important? What do I kind of hope for them to give me? So, yeah, just try to take small steps in integrating new habits instead of trying to do everything at one time.
Once again, baby steps are
These
also steps. And I was also just thinking about 2 words that I really wanted to put in here. Not because I want to explain them, but then you can dig into it if you wanna. So it's the habit stacking, because put habits onto already existing habits will make it so much easier for you to fulfill it. And also the habit loop, it's interesting to look into. Yeah, so just make it easy, tangible for you to do. My journal and my book that I read at the moment is on my table. So it's easy for me to do because it's right beside my face when I wake up. So yeah, make it easy.
Make it easy.
Was that it?
That was it.
That was it.
Okay, the evolving.
Yeah, that's a funny
That's
one.
an interesting one.
Not funny. Fuck funny. Hashtag fuck funny.
That's so brutal.
Yeah. We're always like, is that funny?
Well, I guess it is about the mindset, right? Seeing everything as funny, then it becomes funny.
I mean, we're laughing a lot, so it must work. I'm taking it back. Not fuck funny.
Evolving gift. I think we should kind of make a list of how much time do I want to put aside for these activities, and then choose your top 3 mindful activities. And then kind of maybe like choosing the most important one, and then you can choose how much time you want to spend daily on it.
So everyone will come out with one habit that they will integrate to not be too overwhelmed.
And maybe also I like the things that you talked about.
And it was about.
It was also about.
What was it about?
The mindset habits. So one thing is the like physical habits, but also the more like psychological habits. In what patterns do we think? Are we victimizing ourselves? Are we taking responsibility? What kind of mindful habits do we have in our mindset?
Yeah, and I think a way to maybe just
a
way to maybe come to the top one acting that we have that is just a pattern to protect ourselves and not to thrive. Maybe it's because for me it has been a long process, but it really was clear to me when I was asked, what is your biggest fear? So what is the biggest fear you have that is holding your soul back for shining its light, like without any limitations? So maybe figuring out, really checking into what is the biggest fear that is making me having some kind of actions that is not good for my soul but seems good for my human body, and then finding out, so how am I acting now and how could I act to free myself from that fear and act from a trustful place and honest, authentic.
I think we should do that one.
I think that's enough because it's also like a deeper digging, so to not overwhelm that process, I think it should be
that.
Yes,
that's done.
Over and out. On to the Kiss, Marry, Kill.
The popcorn way.
Have you popped a lot of corn today?
So the last time we did it the popcorn way, it was the last time, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I feel like it's ages ago. It's only a week ago.
Yeah, I don't know why time flies by these days.
I can start. Pop. The first thing that came to my mind in regards to the kissing part is I just want to kiss this room again because I started out so tired and I was like, I don't know where this episode will go, but right now I just feel happy, like a little bit silly, but it's nice how this process always makes me more energized. I just love the room that is created, and we have mentioned that 1,000 times, but it cannot be said too much. So I'm gonna kiss this room because it always makes me just energized and also in a very loving way. Like, life is so silly. It's just a playground. Let's not make it more difficult to ourselves than we have to do. So that's also a reminder that it gives me every time. And I'm kissing that reminder. And then I'm gonna marry the trust that I have every time. Even though I feel maybe tired, or I'm like, I'm gonna fuck up this episode, I always am like, but there's a reason why today is the day where we are recording, and whatever comes through will come through. So I think my big trust for this room is just something I want to marry, because it's never not there. And my killing part will definitely, I'm not 1 second in doubt about this, it will be to not overthink, to just be who I am in this life, and
Preach.
yeah, and just trust that whatever I think that people want me to be, I don't have to be that. And it's just my thought. So maybe I should just be myself fully. It's a process, but I'm killing me not being myself, because I know I'm nice. I know that people love me. I know the people around me are just like, we love when you're silly you, you're funny you're deep you're sensitive you're too romantic you, everything.
We love you for you.
Yeah. And I really feel that in a lot of my relationships, but I really want to integrate that also in the relationships where my fear is triggered. So I'm gonna not kill the fear, have it in my hand, whatever we always have to do, but just really allow myself to be me.
Yes. We love her. The whole of you.
Yeah. That's mine.
Thank
Are you ready to pop?
Pop
It's like it hot. It's hot. Pop it like it's hot.
My kiss, marry, and kill. Okay, so I want to kiss. What do I want to kiss? I even had some more time thinking about it. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, we will try again. Okay, now I know. I just lost it, but now I'm back. So I want to kiss all the opportunities that comes our way at the moment. So many opportunities for spiritual sisters, so much alignment happening, doors opening, so many doors opening that we're being so overwhelmed. And I guess that maybe you can sense that a little bit in our podcast. We've just been like so overwhelmed these past weeks, because like hosting these workshops, making collaborations, meeting people that are very interesting for the business that we're making, welcoming open hearts in, and also being in process ourselves, doing all these things. So I want to kiss all these opportunities, even though it sometimes is hard to follow along. But it's very like, I'm very grateful for each one of them, and I just trust that the things that I'm meant to be will be, and the things that aren't meant to be
Meltdown.
the things that aren't the things that aren't meant to be will not be. So yes, I guess you can feel the overwhelming situation here.
I'm happy that there is two of us having this business together.
Yeah.
Holy macaroni if we were alone.
Yeah.
But we were never meant to be.
Thankful for that too. And I want to marry my fulfilling morning routine, which is apparently not a morning routine, but my fulfilling
full day
routine. I want to marry that because it's like giving me some flexibility. It's giving me some new choices in regards to things that I love to do. So yeah, I appreciate that and want to marry it because that's something that I would like to integrate into my life continuously and really hold on to that, even though that some of the habits might be changeable or mixed up. Then I just want to marry the cute little fulfilling daily routine you made. And what I want to kill is
I love how you're like look changes
Yes.
from Mary. So it's such a sweet smile, and then she's like, and then I want to kill.
And it's just exact same with you.
Yeah. It's just funny to watch. Like it's another energy that you go into.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I guess we're so like expressive. So
with
it's
our
like,
facials.
I want to kiss. I
Yeah.
want to marry. And then I want to kill. I want to kill my resistance to being overwhelmed because I'm trying to be grateful, be happy about everything going so well, and I don't understand when I'm being tired, overwhelmed, stressed out because I'm like, well, everything is so good. We hosted these workshops, people are happy, we are happy, new opportunities are rising, but why do I feel overwhelmed? Why do I feel tired? And I kind of question it instead of just accepting it because so many things that are new are happening to us, and it's such a beautiful process, and it's like starting in a new job. It's everything is new. Where you go to the toilet is new. The person sitting next to you is new. The computer is new. Every program on the computer is new, and you just get tired, you get overwhelmed, and yeah, I guess I just kind of want to do everything best possibly and be like very energized, very happy all the time, but also knowing that it's okay to be overwhelmed, okay to be stressed out, okay to be struggling, even though things are very nice. So yeah, I'm just kind of killing the resistance towards the feelings that are not as light and happy as the ones that I hope to have. But just knowing that it's okay to be all of me, and especially in such a new process and such a beautiful process that I would do every day, and don't doubt at any moment that we are on the right path. So yeah, that's my kiss, marry, kill.
And it's a beautiful kill. I love it because it's so clear to me on the outside to see how much you question, why am I feeling this? I shouldn't be. Whatever can come up, just being like, switch it to acceptance. And it's such a beautiful process.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was it for today.
That was it. Well,
we were happy talkers.
Yeah.
So I have a little editing to do, but it's all right.
Well, thank you for today, and see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.